everybody, man? This is your boy Dave. Today I'm bringing y'all another reaction video. Name of this video is called Animals You're Happy or Extinct. Me personally, I'm not happy that no animals are extinct because I like animals, you know. I like mammals. Yeah, I like mammals. I really don't deal with them little sea creatures and all that stuff like that because I just don't. You know, I don't deal with birds either. Birds ain't no mammal. Birds ain't no mammal. What are birds? Birds a mammal? Because I know most mammals, you know, have nipples and stuff like that, and they can breastfeed, and they're warm-blooded. And birds do not fit that criteria. So a bird's mammals. And no, a bird is not a mammal. All right. So yeah, I really don't even deal with birds like that, unless it's chicken. For obvious reasons. But that was nasal spray too, because my nose be stopped up. For anybody that was wondering. Matter of fact, let me go hit this other nostril. Let's go hop directly to the video.
Extinction of animals since the time of the dinosaurs. But this time, it's not the meteorite that threatens their lives. It's a human being. Over the last 50 years, humans have destroyed almost 2/3 of species.
Who is humans?
Hear the sweet
y'all?
Sardinian pika again. The orange frog will no longer warn you of the rain with its croaking. And teen melodrama fans will not be able to tease the Tasmanian wolf at the zoo, calling him a striped Jacob. But unlike some animals, we've lived to see that we can work miracles with the help of genetic engineering. On the 23rd of February this year, a sensational event took place. Australian photographer Neil Waters posted stunning content on the internet, a picture of the very Tasmanian wolf that was considered to be extinct 85 years ago.
Let's go!
That mean that scientists have already secretly made progress in cloning, and we can fix it all. But there is another question.
Y'all been doing that, what y'all mean?
Doing it.
Hey man, don't start cloning animals now. They got a whole movie on that.
There's someone
multiple movies.
In order to do this, you need to raise your head up. This is Haast's eagle, the largest bird of prey of
what in the ho-ho?
era. Haast's eagle is very similar to the world's largest eagle, the harpy eagle, only it was twice as heavy, and its wingspan was 40% larger. It lived on New Zealand's South Island until people ruthlessly exterminated the majestic bird.
I can see why!
After the Maori people exterminated the moa, the main source of food for Haast's eagle, the mega bird began to take revenge on people, hunting their young children. Therefore, the Maori people had to kill a terrifying bird. On the basis of an excuse of self-defense, the human being has become the most dangerous predator and killer of all time. But New Zealand kids
why would you kill a rabbit
without fear of being dragged away by a giant bird? Perhaps you'd like to clone some other animal from the recently extinct ones. How do you like this guy? Giant short-faced bear. It's heavier than the modern
Nah, I'm good on him too.
50% bigger than the biggest polar bears. And as you can see, twice your height. To survive, it must eat at least 35 pounds of meat per day. That means at least one corgi. Now look who's standing on your right. Megalania is the largest land lizard known to
I don't think I want none of them.
It was as long as a 2-story
Man, come on with the ass, man.
and weighed as much as the heart of
these not animals, these Pokemon.
Going to beat my brother. We'll need cars. Fast cars.
These are not animals, these are Pokemon.
Heart of a blue whale. But
look at the heart of a blue whale.
The ancient grizzly were able to escape from a human being. In the food chain, humans became their rivals, having destroyed everything that the bear and Megalania ate. It's quite possible that people just killed these predators when they met them. Do you think you
would too? Godzilla.
First, get to know them. But where are they? You won't see
I don't want to get to know them
right away. No, it's not shy. It's just that lizard hunts in an ambush. It will instantly immobilize you by cutting the tendons with its razor-sharp teeth. Have you seen these videos of how to open chips properly by making a cut in the middle of the bag? No one even knows that Megalania has figured it all out.
You pull it from the top with the
It will immediately rip open your belly and start eating you alive. It's a pity that such a unique species has become extinct. But don't worry, at the end of the
No, there needs to be a sting. Why are you ripping me open like that and trying to eat my insides? Bro, come on, bro.
90s, there was a lot of speculation that Megalania had been seen in Australia or New Guinea. Maybe it's still alive without any cloning. And here comes the short-faced bear. It has no trouble finding you because of its distinctive, super-sensitive nose. Look into its chaps. Its fangs are pointed in different directions, similar to a tiger. Unlike Megalania, a bear's lateral teeth will effectively cut not only your tendons, but also your bones. The extermination of such monsters was a necessity for the survival of ancient people. But what wrongs did the much vaunted
Man, leave the little dogs like that, man.
Tasmanian wolf do to us? Thylacine, as it's also called, became extinct in 1936, which means it was around when the camera was invented and we can see its real pictures. Don't be afraid to get closer to it. It's like a big cat with an interesting striped coloring. Look how lovely it yawns. Its mouth opens at 90 degrees. It turns out that this striped cat isn't so harmless. And who knows what a human can expect from it? I bet you shouldn't put your finger in its mouth.
Why would I do that anyway?
2005, the Australian magazine The Bulletin offered 1.25 million Australian dollars reward to anyone who catches a live thylacine. And Neil Waters, president of Thylacine Evernos, can become a billionaire thanks to the photo of a whole family of thylacines, including a cub. Maybe the thylacine we found is the result of successful experiments by scientists in the field of cloning. And soon we'll be able to recover the
And think about it, that was in 2005, so imagine what they're doing in
introduced you to.
2021.
By the way, people who were the first to think about it are the scientists from the Lazarus Project of the University of New South Wales. They took tissue of a frog that had been dead and frozen since the 1970s. Scientists successfully implanted it into an egg of a closely related species of frogs. Although none of the embryos have survived more than a few days, this may be the first step towards turning Jurassic Park scenario into reality. Because
I promise you, that's the end of humanity because y'all are recreating dinosaurs, bro.
Animals that went extinct a long time ago.
What is this?
Even heard of them or their superpowers. What would be really interesting?
Was that a shark with legs?
Place in the park with the resurgent ancient inhabitants is Helicoprion. This predatory fish is the least favorite Tooth Fairy's
That's cool.
character. Its teeth had an unusual ability. They didn't fall out, but instead turned into a wheel on the lower jaw, similar to a pattern. With this deadly spiral.
I told y'all these was Pokemon. Y'all thought I was lying. You see how he said their special ability? Don't Pokemon got a special ability? When you brought him out, you know, like Salamence, he has the ability to intimidate. I told you, y'all thought I was lying. These Pokemon, bruh.
Helicoprion used to arrange Paleozoic chainsaw massacre. Watching Helicoprion through the glass of a large aquarium, one visitor of the park would be very interested in it. That would be Steven Spielberg. He would certainly be inspired to make the next Jaws with this character in the lead role. Unless, of course, Helicoprion gets beaten in this audition by Aquilolamna millarcae. It has much more chances.
What is that?
On the 18th of March, scientists released the news about a preserved fossil of this Cretaceous shark found in the Gulf of Mexico. Its special feature, pectoral fins that resemble wings, and it resembles a funny stingray trapped in the body of a ruthless shark. It would be interesting to keep other extinct animals at home instead of the park, because now it's very fashionable to have a mini piggy pet instead of a kitten. But what about Entelodont, the behemoth-sized cannibal boar? This pet is definitely not for the faint-hearted. With its 8-inch fangs, the Lecter pig was not averse to eating its own kind. If your dog is not doing its job well, you should know that robbers would surely fit the taste of
Oh, most
Entelodont.
definitely. Definitely.
Hopefully, it will spare the owner. It's amazing that the only thing that can save these super animals is cloning. For all their power, they've all failed to avoid extinction and extermination. All but one invincible creature. Honey badger. Here it is.
Hey!
The menace of the wild kingdom.
You know, honey badger's not really bad.
Stroking that cute badge. I wouldn't advise this. This guy's
I ain't stroking nothing.
maniac. The honey badger is listed in the Guinness Book of Records as the most fearless animal. Not only does it defend itself with its thick, elastic skin that's hard to bite through, it also gets into fights and scrapes first. The internet star honey badger Stuffle.
Oh, and they smart.
Once escaped from its enclosure, and no, it hasn't escaped into the wild, but went to beat other zoo animals. The honey badger is the Chris Brown of the animal kingdom. Everyone probably has a friend like that who went
dancing.
rogue at a party and couldn't be stopped. Since honey badger is not a member of the Fight Club, there are no rules for it to fight. It uses forbidden techniques. It can viciously attack the face and eyes of its rival. Well, more
Come on now, dog.
specifically, its victim. Are you surprised at people who can easily chew popcorn grains? Honey badger's jaws are so strong.
Hey, look, it's Dogecoin.
Jaws are so strong that it can eat turtles with a shell. And even if it falls into the mouth of a predator, let's say into the trap of the fangs of a Tasmanian wolf at 90 degrees, it still can't swallow the honey badger because it's also very dodgy. Perhaps you can go to Africa and see it up close, but it's not a fact.
I'm good.
that Within the very first minutes of the meeting, it won't scratch your eyes out. You might be thinking how cool it would be if all the above-mentioned guys were as
I said no.
resilient as the honey badger and survived to this day. Well, scientists have been trying to clone the Tasmanian wolf since 1999. 3 years later, its DNA was extracted, but it was found to be unusable. And after 6 years, scientists managed to make some of the genes of thylacine work in the mouse embryo, but none of the developing embryos have turned into a wolf. Then the scientists quietened down, and we could breathe a sigh of relief. because
Lord have
we
mercy,
had
they
the
in here making
confidence that
animals.
We couldn't get into its chaps, which opens like an electric meat grill. But suddenly, in 2021, these pictures of a Tasmanian wolf walking quietly through the woods of Tasmania, maybe the experiments got out of hand. And soon there will be photos of other extinct animals on the web who are walking near us now. We just don't notice them. What animal besides the Tasmanian wolf would you like to notice in your backyard? This is the character you met a few short minutes ago, the ancient short-faced bear. Its genome is well preserved and can be restored in the future. The problem is finding a surrogate mother, as the closest relative weighs about 10
Like a
times
brown bear?
less. There may be genomes of other ancient animals. Which one would you bring back to life? A cannibal pig? A chainsaw fish? A baby killer eagle? Why shouldn't human beings resurrect themselves? Neanderthal is the most violent.
I'm out. Hey, look, if y'all like this video, enjoyed it, anything of that nature, y'all make sure y'all leave a like, y'all comment, and subscribe. With that being said, I'm gonna holler at you later.
Oh, God.
This nigga's on the ground crawling.
Nah, Cody, bro. You first night we played that.
Why are you just looking at